Hi guys, it's Jackie. Today we're going to do some therapeutic yoga. We're going to be mainly on the floor, promoting some relaxation, but also getting the body moving a little bit. I, of course, will have some blankets nearby, some blocks if you have blocks or books or a strap or a towel in case you need it throughout today. Again, you don't need them, but I always like to have them on hand just in case. We're going to start off in just an easy sitting position, whatever that means to you. Just take a moment. If you need to sit up on a blanket, that helps kind of relax the low back and the hips a little bit more. Legs can be tucked in, legs can be out. Just kind of get a feel for it, settle in. And when you're ready, we'll start closing the eyes, or the gaze will fall slowly or softly down to the floor in front of you. Palms can be up or down. And we start to tune in to the breath. First, just by building that awareness, we're noticing the breath, how it's feeling at this moment. On the inhale and on the exhale, what do you feel inside the body? And then I want you to slowly deepen the breath. Let's try a few rounds of lengthening the breath with my cues. I'll guide you through it. We're going to inhale for 3, pause for 3, exhale for 6. And if that is too much, just do what you can. We're all going to exhale, inhale, 2, 3, pause, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, pause, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, pause, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, pause, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue on at your own pace for 3 more. You can maintain, or if you need to adjust, go ahead. Last full round wherever you are. And on that exhale, let everything just try to relax a little bit as you let the back and the head fall down, round out. And then inhale, lift up through the chest, let the head tip back towards the sky gently. Exhale, round it all out, let the head drop. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale down, cat-cow. One more round like this. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Coming through middle, growing tall through the top of our head. We're going to inhale, arms float up. Grounding through that right arm, comes down through the mat and reaching up and over with the left arm. Really trying to open up that left rib cage. Head can turn up towards the sky. Inhale through middle. Exhale off to the left. Right arm reaches up and out. Again, nice big inhale, opening up the rib cage on the right side. Inhale, back up. Big reach up, fingertips wide. Exhale off to your right, looking over the right shoulder. Inhale as we grow tall. Exhale, turn a little farther. Let the hips move freely with you here. One more breath. Inhale, arms lift up. Reach, stretch, stretch. And exhale off other side. Give me 2 or 3 rounds of breathing. Trying to expand through the ribs. Lifting, growing tall on the inhale. And relaxing back through middle. From here, we're inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, and all the way forward through hands and knees, or however you need to get there. If you need a little cushion under the knees, by all means, you can have the blanket under your knees, which I might just keep there for now. And we're going to line ourselves up in tabletop here. If you take a peek at your fingers, they should be wide, slightly turned out. So if our hands are pointing straight out in front of us, we rotate our arms slightly out towards the side. So when our hands land on the mat, our middle finger should point more towards the outer edges of the mat or the front corners of the mat. And our pointer finger should be more or less facing forward, okay? Elbow creases are rotated forward, sliding the shoulder blades down the back. Knees are under the hips and you have some space between the knees. And the feet can be tucked or you can have the tops of your feet on the mat, whatever feels comfy there for you. So we're gently pushing away from the floor here, letting that belly drop. And again, one more time, cat-cow. Belly drops, chest lifts, head can look up. And then exhale, round through hips, round through back, head drops. Inhale, start from the pelvis, tipping down, belly drops, rolling through the chest and the head. Exhale, low back rounds, upper back rounds, head drops. 2 more. Inhale, belly, chest, head. Exhale, hips, upper back rounds, head drops. 1 more at your own pace. Inhale. And exhale. Coming through middle. Find that natural curve in your back so my belly's not dropping down too much and I also don't have a flat back. I'm kind of finding somewhere in the middle that cat-cow. So belly's pulled away from the mat. I'm inhaling. Exhale, drop your hips off to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Feeling a stretch through the side of the left body. Inhale through middle. Exhale off to the left. 1 more time. Inhale, middle. Exhale to right. Inhale, middle. And exhale. Inhale through middle. Slide our left hand more towards the middle of the mat. Fingertips wide. Inhale, open up to the right. Big reach for the sky. 1 more breath. Inhaling. And then as you exhale, scoop that palm up like you're scooping some water all the way through, dropping the shoulders if you can. If not, you don't go all the way down. We're just threading the needle here, pausing for a shoulder stretch. No tension through the head, through the neck, through the jaw. We can relax through there. Inhale, back through middle. Right hand may come more towards the middle of the mat. We're going to inhale, open up to the left. If you need a little more space in the back, just keep your knees wider. That'll give you a little more movement. And as you exhale all the way through, and again, if you can't reach all the way down, just pause where you are. Nice and easy here. Supporting yourself with that right hand that's on the mat. And we should feel a little stretch on the inhale around our upper back, scapular area. And inhaling, coming back through to tabletop. If your knees were already wide, you can keep them wide. If not, get them as wide as the mat's width. Feet come together, hips will sink back. Child's pose. Our hands can either come straight out in front of us or you can keep your elbows bent. And we're just dropping the head towards the mat. And again, if it doesn't reach the mat, that's okay. We just do what motion we have. I do want you to focus on your breath here. As you inhale, you're expanding through the back, the low back, opening up the lungs in all directions. As you exhale, you're going to try to relax those hips farther towards your heels if possible. Give me a couple more rounds. Inhaling, coming back up through tabletop. You can tuck your knees in a little bit. Here's where sometimes I like to have some blocks if I need a little extra oomph. As we inhale, big lift, knee comes all the way through to low lunge. So you can see my foot here. My ankle and my knee are lined up. My knee isn't all the way over my toes. I still want to be able to see my toes. And then if I need any extra cushion under this knee, I can put the blanket back there, okay? As we're here, we're inhaling, lifting all the way up. Arms come as high as they feel comfortable. If not, you can always be in prayer. This can be a little challenge for the balance as well. So just ground through the front foot there, through the ball of the foot, the heel of the foot. Wiggle those toes. And if that right hip is farther forward, tuck that right hip, shift it back. Also, if we're really kind of arching through that low back, I want you to kind of come out of that a little bit and scoop that pelvis under. One more breath. Exhaling, hands down to the floor of the blocks. Pause. Open up to the right. Big inhale and let it out on the exhale. Slowly come back down, hands to the floor. We're going to slide that right foot out so we can straighten it a little bit here. It doesn't have to come all the way straight. It can be a little bent if our back of the legs are pretty tight, but we do what we can. This is where the blocks are very helpful at lifting us up so we can have better posture up top instead of really rounding into it like this. We want to stay lifted, pull the toes back towards us. You might have to shift your weight around at your hips a little bit. Again, scoot that right hip back a little bit. Focus on the breath. And slide that foot back to the mat. And big lift back behind. Take a sec, shift the weight a little if you need to. Reset. Inhaling, left foot comes forward, lining ourselves up. You can still see knee over ankle, hands on the floor of the blocks. If you need a little more balance, just have a little more space. Bring your foot out towards the edge of the mat so you have a wider base of support. As you inhale, up. Low lunge. Again, tucking that left hip back a little bit. Weight through the heel of that left foot, ball of that left foot. Focusing on the breath. Hands on the last breath here, float down to the floor or the blocks. Right hand down on the floor, open up to the left. Trying to have more of the rotation in the upper back, coming out of the low back. And exhale, hand floats back down to the block. From here, we could shift our hips back, let the foot slide forward. And one more time, pausing to feel a stretch in the back of the leg, pulling the toes towards you. Trying to do our best to not let ourselves just collapse forward in this pose, but using some of our core, our back muscles to stay lifted. If you do need more of a stretch, you can gently lean down and forward into it. And inhaling, bringing the foot back to the mat and all the way knee down to the floor. Very good job. You can slide the blocks off to the side if you are using them. If not, knees come wide, hips back towards the heels. One more time, child's pose. From here, though, let's try child's pose with a side bend. So walk those hands off the mat to the left. Melt the heart towards the floor. As we inhale again, we're opening up the right side of the body. Inhaling over through middle. And exhaling off to the right. Same deal, opening up the ribs, feeling a stretch to the shoulder. Inhaling through middle. As you come all the way up, just kind of cross your legs and tuck your bum underneath you. We'll come onto our backs. So again, if you need a little cushion for the head, go ahead and do that. I think I'm just going to use one right now. As we come all the way down, we're inhaling, right knee in towards the chest, left leg comes straight. Hands can be behind the knee if you have any knee issues or knee pain. With our left arm, our hand's going to reach for the outside of our right thigh. We're going to drop that right knee off to the left for a spinal twist. And other arm can come out like a T or a goalpost. So right arm is out like a T or a goalpost. Head can be turned up towards the sky, or you can add a little counter rotation and turn the head towards the right. Any pain in the back, ease out of it or put a block under the right knee. Inhaling, slowly back up through middle and switching sides. So right leg goes straight, left knee up towards the chest. Pause for a breath. Right knee will drop off, left knee will drop off to the right. Using your hand to guide you if needed. Left arm will come straight or again like a goalpost. No need to really pull down too far on that left leg. Gravity will give you enough of a stretch. Feeling the front of the left shoulder open up. Last breath here. Inhaling through middle, both knees this time up towards the chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Maybe you make little circles with the knees and try a few in the other direction. And find a comfy spot for some Shavasana relaxation. So that can be with your knees bent and knees touching each other, falling in towards each other. Or you can have your legs straight. Again, whatever feels okay to you. Eyes can start to close. Hands by your side or on your belly. And just take the last minute here to check in, see how we're feeling after class today. Are we noticing any shift, either mentally or physically? Any more clarity, less tightness or tension? And just taking note, always building that awareness. And then using our breath to relax a little farther back. Each exhale, letting go a little bit farther. Let's let the hands drift up towards the heart, putting one hand over the other. Take a moment to think of a few things that you feel grateful for today. Let that gratitude sink in all the way through to the heart. Feel the warmth spread, a smile spread across the heart or the lips. Hands can come into prayer, thumbs towards either the heart or between the eyes on the forehead. And thank you guys for practicing and taking the time to be with me today. Namaste.